Hello, babies. It's me. Tonight we're going to read This Moose Belongs to Me. It's about Oliver Jeffers. Alright. This moose belongs to me. Okay. Wilfred owned a moose. Whoa. I'm not going to do it like that. You turn around too. He hadn't always owned the moose. The moose came to him a while ago, and he just knew that it was meant to be his. He thought he would call him Marcel. Look at big Marcel. Marcel! Okay. He began following Marcel, explaining the rules of how to be a good pet. Much of the time, it seemed as though the moose wasn't listening. But Wilfred knew he was, mostly because he followed rule number 4 very well, not making too much noise while Wilfred plays his record collection. Gotta listen to the music. Sometimes the moose wasn't a very good pet. He generally ignored Rule 7, going whichever way Wilfred wants to go. He's having to push him. The moose had a very good sense of direction, and Wilfred did not, because the moose was any particularly poor on Rule 7, subsection B, maintaining a certain proximity to home. Wilfred quickly learned to bring some string along on their outings so he could find his way back home. We gotta follow the string. Sometimes the moose was an excellent pet. He had no trouble with Rule 11, providing shelter in the rain. You can get under him. Or Rule 16, knocking down things that are out of Wilfred's reach. I would need him for that because now I can't reach anything. It's like a ladder. I think we need a moose. One day, as Wilfred discussed their plans for the coming year on a particularly long walk, he made a terrible discovery. I'm sure I didn't miss a page. Terrible discovery. What did he discover? No. Someone else thought she owned the moose. Rodrigo, you're back. Oh. Wilfred was dumbstruck. This moose was Marcel, not Rodrigo. The old lady was mistaken, and Wilfred thought it only proper that he correct her. This moose belongs to me, he explained. Oh, who owns the moose? Well, the page to go. Shoe far here. I can't get the page to turn. And to prove it, he called Marcel. Heel. But the moose did not respond. He seemed more interested in the old lady. Well, she does have my apple. Embarrassed and enraged, Wilfred rushed off for home. Fine. But in his haste and miles from anywhere, he tripped over his string and got tangled up. Oh, no. Goodness gracious. And there he lay. Wilfred was beginning to get a little bit worried. It was getting late and the monsters would be out soon. He had just ruled out the last of his options. Let's see, Smokey Bear maybe, a penguin, a hacksaw, a hammer, hammerhead shark, thanks, and string, lightning, storm, some more blue string. When along came the moose. Where have you been, dear? And performed Rule 73 brilliantly, rescuing your owner from the perilous situations. Yay! Way to go, Wilfred. All was forgiven, and perhaps Wilfred admitted he had never really owned the moose anyway. He was just his friend. With that in mind, he and the moose reached a compromise. The moose would agree to all of Wilfred's rules. Whenever it suited him. Just whenever he wanted to. I think I like that book. Dominic, you're back and you brought me an apple. There's another person. I like this book. This is good. So, that is This Moose Belongs to Me by Oliver Jeffers. Okay, guys, I love you. I'll see you next story.